Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be reinstating Plan With Me's. I have taken a hiatus and I really just needed a little break, but I am back, woohoo! So I have a few things to show you and I'm going to try and serialize them so you can pick and choose. But first comes first, this is where I'm at with my planner right now. I actually today just took out those extra weekly spreads from July 2021 onward because I'm not going to use them. I recently bought a brand new planner that EC just launched their new site, and to be honest, I was really annoyed with the bulk of this planner. I don't think I'm ever going to get an 18-month planner again because I'm pretty sure the coil is about the same size. If there's actual measurements that say that it's bigger, I would love to see that, but I don't actually think it's bigger. So this is the original cover that I got for this planner. I'm finally getting a chance to use it. But you can see I have very few normal pages left in this planner. So I thought, I'm graduating, I'm going to be entering a new chapter in my life, I should start with a brand new planner. So before I get to planning for this week, I just wanted to show a couple of hauls that I have recently gotten from different shops, and I thought they would be kind of fun. So here is the first haul. It's from Once More With Love. Some of these are stickers that you may have seen before. I'm just going to zoom in because they're smaller. So first comes first, little mini doodle pancakes. We have pancakes every Sunday, so I figured this would be a good one to get. These I've gotten before. These are for conference calls. I probably won't need these as much now that we're transitioning out of our COVID atmosphere, but I wanted to just have them because I was running out of them, and we're still probably going to be in this state. Plus, most of my friends live elsewhere, so I'm definitely going to use them at some point. I did get more work from home with cat distractions. I figured even if I'm not working from home as much anymore, I will still need to type up reports and evaluations and do other things at home. So I thought this would be a fun one. And I just love that there's like a mini Vinny on these. I got this hug from behind. I got a couple more like couples ones because my husband and I are trying to work on quality time together, and now that we have a car and we have this whole summer sort of ahead of us, I just wanted to have some stickers to sort of mark fun things and fun dates. So this is Hug from Behind, which I thought was really, really sweet. And then this one is Boop, which I actually thought was really just cute. And then of course date night. So now that we can finally go out, we won't have to wear masks, and we can my husband and I are both vaccinated. We are going to be able to do this more often, which is very exciting. I got this sticker sheet once before, but I just think it's so adorable and I just wanted to get it again. So there's that. These I got because we are going to be doing more road trips now that we have a car in North Carolina. So we're going to be driving to small towns. We've started a little tradition on Sundays where we just pick an area to drive to and kind of explore it on our own. So I thought this would be fun. This is always good. Again, those FaceTime quarter boxes are still going to happen. This one I got especially to use this for the next couple of weeks because we are going back to New York. We are going to be seeing our families, and I know it's sort of boasted as like a Thanksgiving thing, but think of all the events we've missed this year and how many we have to make up, so I figured this would be a good thing to have. And then these. So I actually got two sets, one for my memory planner and one for my regular planner. So this is the pandemic graduation sheet. So it's very similar to the regular graduation sheet, except it has like graduation with masks, drive-bys, which I don't think we're actually doing anymore, thank goodness. But just, I love this because I'm getting my Master of Science and gold is the Master of Science. So it matched too perfectly, I had to get it. And then this is the graduation countdown. So I actually have 2 graduation days. One is for the All University, which is on the 19th, and then I have two other graduation ceremonies on the 20th, and that all of them are virtual because of the pandemic. It stinks because we were right at the cusp. I think if the ceremony had been listed for July, people would have been able to come. But because most people graduate in May, this is when we celebrate. So you'll see there's a lot of crossover between these stickers on the side and the pandemic ones, but I still think it's cute. And because I have 2 graduation days, I can use them both. So I'm actually going to start using this countdown one in my memory planner and my regular planner this week, which is so exciting. Oh my gosh. So those are my Once More with Love stickers. The next, oh, and this was the freebie that came with the Once More with Love. Bob Ross, so cute. And this is fantastic. So anyway, from a new shop to me, this is called Sticker Geek Designs. These are hand-drawn stickers, and they don't come with individual sheets. You have to buy the whole kit. So these were some of the, there was a shop sale, so I got these 2 freebie samplers here. And then I got this sampler, which goes with one of the kits I bought for the Princess Bride. It's called Storming the Castle. But I have this extra set of weekdays, which is good because I think I'm going to be able to stretch that kit into 2 weeks. And then here's another one, which was Timeless Floral. This is just pretty. So these are good if you have a planner or a bullet journal. You can kind of use them any way you want. This was another one. This was a kit that I didn't buy, but I kind of regret not buying. And it was trees was the theme. So those are the Sticker Geek freebies. I actually thought I would just go through what I have right here, and then we get into Sticker Creek. So Sticker Geek, excuse me. This is called the Creek. It's obviously Schitt's Creek. But as you can see, you have this giant full-size scene, and then you have 2 more sort of double full boxes here. This is a side sticker for the side length. Here's the washi, another full box right here, some half boxes there. We've got some great headers and weekly trackers and hydrators and more weekly trackers. So you can see you can actually stretch this kit into 2 weeks. Look, this is the fruit wine that Moira uses, and then the dates are hotel keys. This is also, I think this just goes on the top part. I never really use those, but here they are. Here's some more functionals. And then you've got these great quotes from the show with some deco here. So that's what all of these kinds of kits look like. They have a lot of incredible art in them with the kit. Okay, so this is the Sticker Geek Downton Abbey kit, and it actually has, like, I think one of my favorite things about this kit is it showcases art from the servants' hall. So there's and then of course you'll see how similar it looks actually to the I said I wasn't going to pull these out, but this one I am. Sorry. So look, there's another huge scene kit. So the style of these kits is really a no white space kind of kit, and there's not a ton of room to actually write in your planner. So these kits, yeah, you can see that. These kits are good if you don't have like a super functional week happening, but you still want to enjoy planning. And I think I'm going to try and split this up anyway. But moving on, this is from Punky Bee Designs. This is the this is from the Princess Bride scenes. These are really fantastic. This is another chic, that's empty because I just pulled my kit for this week. This is the kit that I've been saving to use for our cruise honeymoon, which has been delayed another year, so we'll see when it happens. I don't know if anyone can guess what movie this is from. The word bangarang is clue, but this is from the classic movie Hook, starring Robin Williams. So there's actually a lot of really great art in here, and I just love the sentimentality and the nostalgia. And these are actually, like, if you look really carefully at the designs, it's just beautifully designed, and it's very impressive. Here's another nostalgia kit. It's called Then and Now, but it's based on the movie Now and Then, starring Christina Ricci and Thora Birch. And it's just really cute. There's the Dear Johnny. Here's another Sticker Geek design. This is the Gilmore Girls kit. Look, this is the final scene from the final episode. But you can see there's a bunch of things like, I love the washi. I just think it's so precious. And then, of course, there's the dragonfly. Anyway, very, very excited to use that one. And now on to the actual planning of this week. So here's my current planner. Here's my layout for this week. I have done some pre-planning for this week, so that's really helpful. And the kit I'm going to be using this week is called Coffee Yes Please from ChicBlossomPrints. I just love this rose gold foil here that says, "You had me at coffee." This actually reminds me of like a waterfront sort of scene, like you'd see at South Street Seaport or something like that. And this is my final week of clinicals, final week of being a graduate student, really, in the system. And then after this, I will become an MS-CF SLP, which is really exciting for me. So I figured this is sort of my hustle week. I have to get a lot of stuff done. I have to finish a lot of outstanding work. So I figured I would use this. So we have these beautiful full boxes here. And then these are the glittery headers. They're all done in this rose gold foil. We have some beautiful deco. I love these like espresso browns and blacks. And then here's the washi, which is just stunning. I have to put dates on here. So I'm going to be using this Charlotte's Paper Company. This is rose gold, and these are clear date dots, which go perfectly with this font. So that is the kit. This is the mini kit. So now, first I'm going to go ahead and sticker these. I am going to speed up this process and then come back to you in a voiceover. Thanks. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for watching thus far. I am recording this voiceover basically a month after the fact, so forgive me if I forget some of the more salient details of this week. I meant to record this voiceover before we left for New York, and it just didn't happen. I had so much to do during this week, as you will see, but the time was never right, and so I thought I could just do it, and then it didn't happen. Anyway, so here I am adding these date dots, which match so perfectly you'd think they were made for this kit. So yeah, this was an incredible last week of planning. And this was actually the last week that I've had something demonstrative to plan, because everything else that I did was really just events, seeing friends. I didn't have a ton of things I needed to check off my list, and that was okay. I think it's good to have weeks in your planner, even if you don't use them. It's a healthy thing because it means that you are living your life and your life is not dependent on your to-do lists. And I think that is so important and undervalued. So here we go. I'm just marking all the different dates, which was very easy to do. This is probably one of my favorite layouts for the entire year. I just love the colors. I love the schematics of it. I think it's really great. So I'm putting down that quote box there. It's hard to read, but it says, "You had me at coffee," which I think is very sweet. And I'm sorry, you can't see really what I'm doing, but I'm laying down, these were the glitter headers for the week, and they actually mirrored a real coffee board. So each header had a different coffee order on it, which I thought was very cleverly done. I don't know how intentional that really was, but the spacing of it with the cuts just worked perfectly. So I was planning to take a walk and then also just, let's see, I was going to find out, I believe, yep. So I'd had an interview for a job the week before, and yeah, it says job applications there. I end up whiting that out later because I got the job, folks. I was so excited. They told me they were going to let me know on Monday if I got the job because they had to see one other candidate. And so I didn't put it anywhere on my planner because I didn't want to, I was just too nervous. And so I ended up not listing it there, and I was cautiously optimistic and put job applications as something to track because I really wasn't sure what was going to happen. So thankfully, I did not need to use that second tracker, although we'll come back to that in a second because, oh, I don't know if you can hear my cat. That's my cat, Vinny. He's chiming in. My husband just went for a walk, and he's very upset about that. Poor baby. He's coming back, I promise. Yeah, so I ended up changing the location of that. Oh, no, I don't. Sorry. Nope, that stays exactly where it's supposed to. All right, so oh, maybe not. There you go. So on Monday, I opted to put my events and things that needed to get done at the top. And then I opted to use a full box checklist banner there on the side. So the first things first, I did have clinicals in the morning. Those were primarily evaluations and a mix of what I didn't know at the time, but ended up being my last sessions with this batch of kids because normally I see those same kids because they're in the same school on Monday and Thursdays, but I ended up not because on Thursday I needed that time to finish their evaluation, so I didn't actually get to say goodbye to them, which was a little heartbreaking for me. I also stupidly chose a thing with writing on it as a full box to write more on it, which looked very cloudy and crowded. So sorry about that. But yep, I had my evaluation for my program and it went very well. I was very lucky to have a wonderful supervisor for my final practicum. And I'm more than happy to talk about that if anyone has questions about the last semester of graduate school. I decided to use my X-Acto knife to just use what I needed for that week. So I didn't need 6 things, I only needed 4, and so I just chopped the first part off. I had forgotten to fill in my cleaning tracker, so there it is. I don't think I did any of that. I definitely did the trash part, but I don't think I did anything else. The NA is because we were not here on Sunday. We were driving, so there was nothing to clean. But I did have a lot of work to do just to finish up my placement. Oh, I decided to put in the Once More with Love stuff, and I realized that I probably should have waited to put that in because I didn't know where the full boxes were going to go. But again, that's the countdown, 5, 4, etc. So, all right, back to Tuesday, the 11th. So I had another full day of clinicals. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are usually my busiest days. So I have one set that goes from 11 to 3, and then I have a second set that goes from 4 to 5:30. So I actually also had something else to mark on that Monday, which I will go back. My husband ended up having his second dose of his vaccination. I could not go with him because I had to see clients at that time. But the very next day, unfortunately, the vaccine really hit him hard. He had a very, very grotesque fever, and he never gets sick. So this was, I think, particularly harsh on his body. He basically couldn't move at all. And he works from home, and he was going to work, and I told him absolutely not. Like, I don't think he left the bed for the majority of the day. And that was not my reaction. I did feel sick, but I didn't have a crazy fever the way he had, and I also didn't have like a full day needed. I only needed about, I guess, 3 to 4 hours total to recover. But again, every body is different. He's much healthier than I am, and he has a much, you know, trimmer figure than I do. So maybe that was part of it. It just hit him harder. But anyway, so just going ahead and marking in all the things I needed to do. I needed to update plans of care for all of the students that I was seeing so that the next person who was going to be working with them would have a full picture. Plus, some of these plans of care had not been updated for over a year, which was really difficult when I was trying to do planning on my own. So I was trying to avoid having that happen to someone else. I just used a Teddy Plan sticker to mark that it was my 34.5 birthday on May 11th. Good things happened to me in May, always. I had my first anniversary with Frank in May. I got proposed to in May. I graduated in May. It's my half birthday in May. So May is typically a good month for me. I really enjoy reorganized closet. That definitely didn't happen. I had written job applications. I ended up whiting that out later in the week, and I put in research license requirements. So I was making sure that I had everything that I needed. I'd already done this. Obviously, I would recommend to any prospective SLP when you are looking to see what the clinical fellow, it's called like an intern license or a temporary license or a provisional license, what that requires, and each state is very different. But yeah, you're going to have to do a lot of research on your own. Sometimes the school will provide that information for you, but most of the time you really kind of have to do it on your own. Okay, so I was just marking that it was my last day working with this particular school. Let's see, still working on plans of care, still working on evaluations. I think I had originally planned to make some sort of continuation document to mark the favorite activities of the clients, what I'd been working on, if there was any continuity that could be carried over with specific things. And what I ended up doing was just in the daily notes, in the last note that I wrote for these kids, I put basically those things. So I didn't need an entire document. But that was kind of unnecessary. I also had written advanced MD. That was again just making sure I had all the notes put in and updating Calypso. Exercise at the gym. I can't recall if I actually did that. I probably didn't, and then we were going to order out on Wednesday. I don't remember if we did. I'm kind of the worst. This is like not a very strong memory, even though I have everything written down. It's kind of scary. But yeah, no, I didn't. I don't recall any of that. So on Thursday, I just marked that I was going to do a Starbucks run in the morning to get coffee. That didn't happen, but I think I ended up walking over to our clubhouse, which has free coffee in my complex, and it's Starbucks coffee, so technically I did a Starbucks run. Not really, but a little bit. So yeah, those clinicals didn't actually end up happening. I used that time to work on my evals and that meant that I didn't get to say goodbye to the kids. That was pretty devastating. I hated that. And I think there is an importance of closure for kids or adults, just to let them know that when you're saying goodbye, that you're proud of their progress, that you're proud of everything they've worked so hard over the course of the time they've been with you, however long and short that may be. And, you know, these kids are never going to know how significant working with them was towards me becoming a better clinician. And that's okay. You know, they're probably not going to know that anyway, but I'd like to think that as they age into the phenomenal human beings that they are going to become, that I help them a little bit at least, and that will go a long way. So for some reason, I'm filling out the to-do for my Friday date before my Thursday date. I'm not sure why I did that, but that's okay. Perhaps it was because I knew that my Friday was going to be jam-packed, and there were a series of things that I absolutely knew I had to do, including deleting files off of my computer and packing for the trip. So you can't really see what I'm writing, but this was the last Speechie that I did at 8 p.m. I don't think a ton of people came. I think it was just a couple of people came to the very last happy hour that I hosted. And, I ended up changing that sticker around. So maybe I do. I'm not sure when I do that in this video, but yeah, I marked last client 5 p.m. to 5:30. And that was a good session. I'm glad that it happened. I actually had another session on Friday morning, so it technically wasn't my last client, but that client ended up being really not in a good headspace to do speech therapy, and so I just didn't, that session was not counted towards billing. Like, it just didn't happen. And that will happen sometimes. You'll have a student who is not, and I just didn't feel comfortable billing the parent because the parent showed up, but the child was just not in a good space. So there we go. I added the weekend at the bottom because there just wasn't room for it during the day. I put in this little quote from the graduation day. It says, "This is the beginning of something great." I put a little Teddy Plans graduation girl sticker there, and then I rewrote the last Speechie because it was my last one. And yeah, I will say a month from now that I'm out of school and I'm not hosting those things anymore, it is really tough. I miss my friends. I miss seeing people regularly. And especially now that I'm in this limbo where my job hasn't started, I'm waiting for my licensure to kick in, I don't have anything to do, which is why I'm saying I maybe shouldn't have crossed off job applications because, I mean, it wasn't a good week to look for jobs, but it was something I could have done. And in retrospect, I wish I'd had something lined up for those 6 weeks before I went to New York. Because then at least I could have had something to come back to that was more concrete. Everyone is telling me, oh, take the time off, relax, like refresh yourself, and I'm not good at that, so. All right, so I put in the road trip sticker. So on Saturday morning, we just had a few sort of housekeeping tasks, emptying the fridge and trash bins, unplugging devices, loading Vinny into the car, and then we started our drive to Virginia. I had a full box there just to try and capture if anything significant happened, but I really don't have anything of note except that Vinny was a very good boy. He was very, very good. He didn't get car sick. We had a good travel day. It was a very relaxing day. And then we stayed at this fantastic hotel in Virginia because we didn't want to drive. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't see anything that I'm writing. I'm writing eating a large breakfast that Sunday and then drive. And the point was to not have to stop. What should have been a 5-hour drive was an 8-hour drive because of traffic in New Jersey. And it was particularly painful traffic. I did not think this through when we were planning this trip that he would arrive on a Sunday. If I had known and really thought about this better, I would have said we should have left on Friday, because then we would have been traveling on Saturday night, which would have been bad traffic, but not nearly as bad as it was on Sunday. And the traffic was so bad, it kind of reminded us of why we moved in the first place. So I added another car sticker there, which I'm now taking off for some reason. Oh. So stop for lunch, plan next week. I did not plan for the next week. Drive again. And then I wanted to mark that we were going to arrive in Brooklyn and reunite with our family. So I used that Once More with Love family feast sticker. And that did happen. We got there a little later than we wanted to, but we did end up eating with my husband's grandparents, who were visiting from Sicily, and his Nonna had laid out a beautiful spread. So all in all, that is it. And I think it looks really, it came out beautifully, and adding in little touches here and there. See, I wanted to add that my husband got his vaccination. So that's what I'm doing. I had a couple of masked stickers. I think that's what I was. Oh, and I wanted to add packing, but I just didn't have room. There we go. Oh, and I wanted to add that was when I was considered fully vaccinated. So it was 2 weeks after my final vaccination, which was very exciting. And it just happened to coincide with when we were traveling, which was good. So I made an extra effort to be the one to handle things. But anyway, so here we go. I think it came out beautifully. I got everything in it that I wanted to get in it. I think it was really an extraordinary feat that I got as much done as I did. I ended up spilling some of Thursday and Friday's tasks into Sunday morning, but ultimately I got it done, and that's what matters. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm so glad to have you here, and I hope you'll join again for the next one. All right. Oh, I'm showing off the shimmer. I hope everyone is showing off their shimmer this week, and peace and love. Take care.